Back on December 21st, 2012, many people around the world were anxiously waiting for what they believe was going to be the literal apocalypse. People believe that the world will end on December 21st, 2012, due to that date being the end date of a 5,126-year-long cycle in the Mesoamerican long count calendar. For several years leading up to 2012, many people warned about the coming apocalypse. Even movies were made like 2012, which showed the world ending on December 21st, 2012. Eventually, December 21st, 2012 came, and for the most part, nothing out of the ordinary happened. The world didn't end at all, and nothing catastrophic happened at all. After everyone saw that nothing happened, most people just laughed it off as crazy people on the internet, making something out of nothing. The thing that most people don't know is that the world did technically end back in 2012, just not in the way people expected. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos every other day exposing the truth. In today's episode, we will be talking about the age of Horus. In my last video about the solar eclipse, this awesome person made this comment requesting I make a video explaining the new age. I thought that would be a great follow-up video to the eclipse video, so here we are. Let's get right into it. In my last video about the total solar eclipse, we briefly spoke about 2012 being the start of the age of Aquarius, or what is actually called the age of Horus. I know this might have confused many of you, as it might be hard to grasp this concept for those who don't study the occult. As I explained in my last video, Aleister Crowley and other occultists believe the entire existence of the world is divided into 4 spiritual ages, or aeons. The age of Isis was the first age, the age of Osiris was the second age, and the age before the one we're currently in. Then there's the age of Horus, which is the current age we're in, and the third age. After the age of Horus is the coming age, called the age of Ma'at, which is the fourth and final age. Before we get into these ages and what they mean, let me briefly explain the importance of Aleister Crowley in the occult, as some of you who are new to the channel might not know who he is. Aleister Crowley was an infamous British occultist who created a few occult religions like the Lima, and he was the leader of the Masonic group called the OTO. In the world of the occult, Crowley is seen as some sort of prophet of the fallen gods, as it is believed he had been contacted by the fallen gods and given the responsibility of bringing in one of the 4 ages, which is the age of Horus. Just like the Christians see Moses as a prophet of God, occultists see Crowley as a prophet of Horus. Today, most of what is taught in occult teachings is things that either Crowley taught or Helena Blavatsky, who Crowley looked up to. So all occultists follow these 4-age concepts taught by Crowley. Now let me explain the purpose of each age according to Crowley. The first age was the age of Isis, which was considered to be the age of the female goddess Isis. Isis was the Egyptian goddess of love, healing, fertility, magic, and the moon. The age of Isis was called the Aeon of the great goddess, where Mother Nature in itself was worshipped as a god. In Crowley's book of the Equinox of the Gods, he describes this period as simple, quiet, easy, and pleasant. The material ignores the spiritual. Essentially, the world was wrapped in innocence and worshipped nature and the elements as the mother goddess Isis. According to occultists, this age took place around the year 2400 BC, lasting into the 8th century BC, when the age of Isis ended and the age of Osiris started. The age of Osiris was the second age that was ruled over by the god Osiris. Osiris is the god of fertility, agriculture, the afterlife, the dead, resurrection, life, and vegetation in ancient Egyptian religion. Crowley explained that this aeon was one ruled over by the dying god model, meaning that people no longer worship Mother Nature like they did in the previous age of Isis, but now they worship a single god who will die and be resurrected, as seen in all the Abrahamic religions like Christianity. Crowley said this about this age: "This aeon is of suffering and death. The spiritual strives to ignore the material. Christianity and all cognate religions worship death, glorify suffering, and deify corpses. It is believed this age started in the classical ages, lasting until December 21st, 2012, when the age of Osiris officially came to an end and the age of Horus was conceived." Notice I said conceived and not started, because the age of Horus is seen as a child of the goddess Isis and the god Osiris. Children are born, and that's exactly how the age of Horus works, which I will explain further shortly. The age of Horus is explained by Crowley to be the age ruled over by the conquering child god Horus. Horus was the god of kingship, healing, protection, the sun, and the sky, and was considered to be one of the most important gods worshipped by the Egyptians. Horus was the son of the 2 gods of the prior ages, Isis and Osiris, and essentially these ages birthed a new age, which is the age of Horus. Crowley described the age of Horus being one of great awakening and self-realization where the world will abandon Abrahamic religions for a new spiritual belief, a cognitive realization of self-worship where man worship themselves and live by the credo of do what thou wilt, which means follow your own will, what you think is your destiny, and forget about God's will as you are your own God. Many people twist biblical texts to justify the theory that we are all gods, but the Bible doesn't call man God. It only compares men to being like a god. The Bible talks about man having free will, which is a trait that gods have. Also the ability to reproduce, which is creating life, just like gods. And even God in the Bible said we were created in his image. But none of this implies that man is in any way the same as God. But this is what Crowley taught his followers. This age of Horus was called the age of the conquering child, as Horus was considered to be a child god. Now, I uncovered that the age of Horus started in 2012 while researching into the age of Horus. One of Crowley's students, Lon Milo, who wrote many books about Crowley's teachings, confirmed that the age of Aquarius is actually the age of Horus. He stated this about the age of Aquarius: the Aeon of Horus is coincidental to what astrologers and songwriters call the age of Aquarius and what millions of others refer to simply as the New Age. But it would be a mistake to view this new Aeon simply as another tick on a great cosmic clock. The age of Aquarius, profoundly significant as it is only one aspect of a far greater new spiritual age. Milo confirms that the age of Aquarius, or the New Age, is actually the age of Horus. Now, if we look up when the age of Aquarius was conceived, it is believed it started back on the same day it was expected the world to end, back on December 21st, 2012. In fact, this is exactly the entire reason 2012 was being seen as the apocalypse. Back in 2012, the world did technically end, but by the world ending, they were referring to the order of the world, not the actual physical world. It was referring to the spiritual shift and the beginning of the process of abandoning God for the new God, yourself. I have always noticed that things have been different since 2012. 2012 to me marks the extreme fall of morality, leading to the fallen world we live in today. The song Radioactive, made by Imagine Dragons, was about the start of the new age of Horus, showing the music industry occultists celebrating the new age being conceived. In the song they sing, "I'm breaking in, I'm shaping up, then I checked out on the prison bus. This is it, the apocalypse. I'm waking up, I feel it in my bones, enough to make my system blow. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Welcome to the new age, to the new age." Throughout the whole song, they repeat "welcome to the new age" over and over again. What do you think they were talking about? They were talking about the age of Horus. What makes this even more interesting is that this song was released back on October 29, 2012, less than 2 months before December 21st, 2012, the start of the so-called New Age. The album's single cover was also an image of Baphomet, a deity heavily worshipped in Thelema and the occult. It was obvious this band was full of occultists, as even the lead singer of Imagine Dragon, Dan Reynolds, admitted out of his own mouth that he is a Masonic puppet.
Okay guys, the time has come. I'm just gonna break it quick, clean, get it done with. Doesn't matter that I signed a blood oath. Doesn't matter anymore. The Illuminati's real. I'm a member. It's how Imagine Dragons got famous. I'm tired of the politics. This puts me at great risk putting this out here and telling you guys this, but I believe in full honesty, and Beyonce is not talking, Chris Martin, nobody's saying a word, so there it is. There. I'm going to give you all the details as quick as I can. The president, Elon Musk, vice president, Harry Styles, treasurer, Beyonce, Taylor Swift is historian, and that's all I know. That's all I know.
It's obvious this song was marking the start of the age of Horus, what people know as a New Age or the age of Aquarius. The whole purpose of the age of Aquarius transitioning to the age of Horus was to kill off the old Abrahamic religions. Essentially, it will separate the world from God and convince them not to fear God, instead to worship themselves and follow their own will. Back in 2012, the old age of Osiris had died, and with it, the order of life that came with it died as well. The age of Horus was conceived on December 21st, 2012, and 12 years later, on April 8th, 2024, it was born, as the world was reborn through the total solar eclipse. What I found interesting while researching the age of Horus is I noticed a pattern with the number 12. For example, Crowley created Thelema on April 8th, which is 4/8, and if you add that together, you get 12. And then the age of Horus started on December 21st, 2012, which is 12/21/2012. If you rearrange 21, you get 12, so that's 12/12/2012. Also, the age of Horus was born 12 years after it was conceived, in the year 2024. The age of Horus was born April 8th, 2024, 120 years after Crowley created Thelema, again pointing to 12, as 120 is 12 with a 0 at the end. It's obvious this 12 numerology is all over this ritual, and it is because of no other than Horus himself. If you look up when Horus was born, you will find out that his actual birthday was December 25th, the same day that people celebrate Jesus' birthday. Even though those who saw my video on the dark truth about Christmas know that Jesus was not born on December 25th. So who is actually celebrated on Christmas is no other than Horus, or for the Romans, Saturn. This is why 12 is all over this ritual, because Horus was born on the 12th month, and it all connects to the 12 astrological ages. If you saw my last two videos on the total solar eclipse that just happened on April 8th, then you would know that the eclipse was all about the 120th birthday of Crowley's religion, Thelema. This encounter that happened 120 years ago forever changed the world. Crowley was given a mission that he carried out, and it led to the corruption of our world. It changed the way people looked at everything in our world. It changed the way people lived their lives. It changed the way people looked at sex. And most importantly, it changed the way people looked at God. It corrupted our world, just like Eve did when she ate the apple during the beginning of time. Crowley looked at America as the leading country for the age of Horus, as it was created by the Freemasons. On April 8th, the Lemites in the US used the total solar eclipse as a symbol of the age of Horus being born. The total solar eclipse represented the rebirth of the world, and they used it in a rebirth ritual, as they believe when the moon covered the sun dies, and when the moon passes the sun is then reborn, pointing to the start of the new world. Horus was also considered the sun god, so it's the reason they wanted the world staring at the sun on April 8th. Many people were stuck on April 8th, asking what was so special about this eclipse. Well, it was the one that fell on the 120th birthday of Thelema, and the birth of the age of Horus. That's what made it special to occultists who run our world. On April 8th, when the world was staring at the sun, without even noticing, they participated in an alchemic rebirth ritual. Crowley's main mission was to bring in the age of Horus and to make people abandon God. If you take a look around, he sadly achieved this. Nowadays, most people look at God as a joke. If you believe in God, you're essentially now an outcast.
You guys believe in Jesus?
I'm not going to answer that because it's a mixed feelings on it.
Do you believe in Jesus Christ?
Huh?
Do you believe in Jesus?
No.
Do you guys believe in Jesus? Do you believe in Jesus? Do you believe in Jesus Christ? I'm walking around asking people if they believe in Jesus Christ. No? Do you believe in Jesus Christ?
No, I thought he died.
Do you believe in Jesus Christ?
Nope, he cut it a long time ago.
Do you guys believe in Jesus Christ? Do you believe in Jesus Christ?
Nope.
You guys believe in Jesus Christ? Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Do you believe in Jesus Christ? No. You guys believe in Jesus Christ? Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Nope. Do you guys believe in Jesus Christ? Do you guys believe in Jesus Christ? Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Do you guys believe in Jesus Christ? Do you guys believe in Jesus Christ by any chance? Do you guys believe in Jesus Christ? Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Do you guys believe in Jesus Christ?
We're good today, thanks.
Do you guys believe in Jesus Christ?
No.
Do you guys believe in Jesus Christ?
Oh, thanks, no.
Do you guys believe in Jesus?
Not right now, but thank you.
Science and the New Age spirituality movement took over. The idea of self-worship pushed by Crowley was unknowingly adopted by the whole world. As through programming using books, movies, TV shows, music, and sports, they managed to indoctrinate the world into Thelema. Just by living like an everyday American nowadays, you are following the religion of Thelema. What's interesting about all of this is that the Bible seems to warn us about a time when people will forget about God and the new order under Lucifer would be established. I believe the Bible was speaking of the age of Horus Crowley was instructed to bring in. In the Bible, the moment when the world abandoned God is seen as the end times. But according to Crowley's teachings, it's not the end times, but when humanity will transcend to a higher consciousness. I'm pretty sure the Bible is right when it comes to this, and Crowley is just promising false hope. According to Crowley, there is one more age after the age of Horus, called the age of Ma'at. The age of Ma'at is ruled over by the goddess Ma'at, who was the goddess of truth, justice, balance, and order. The age of Ma'at is the continuation of the age of Horus. The principles of the age of Horus will still be in effect. The Lemites believe this age will overlap the age of Horus and will end the age of Horus faster than all other ages. The age of Ma'at is when these occultists believe their kingdom, their paradise here on earth will be fulfilled, and they believe they will transcend spiritually to a higher consciousness. This is what Crowley taught his students through his teachings. This is why to occultists, the spiritual ages are very significant. They have been pointing to this the entire time. Now, I have a theory that plenty of biblical scholars also share about ancient Egyptian gods being the fallen angels spoken about in the Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch was a book that at one point was still a part of the Bible, but it was eventually removed. It can still be found in the Ethiopian version of the Bible though. I believe they removed the Book of Enoch because it contains so many important truths. It's the missing puzzle to the Bible that makes it all so much clearer. The Book of Enoch tells the story about the angels called the Watchers who were kicked out of heaven after God discovered they were coming down to earth and having children with the women of earth. These children became monstrosities that were an abomination in the eyes of God, and they were called the Nephilim. I'm not going to go too deep into the Book of Enoch in this video, as it deserves its own video. A video that I will actually make after this one if 1,000 of you comment the Book of Enoch. Anyways, I believe the angels from the Book of Enoch were the Egyptian gods worshipped back then. This is why God sent himself as Jesus to clean up the mess these angels had caused. So essentially, Crowley isn't talking to Egyptian gods, but instead the fallen angels pretending to be God, with Horus being no other than the Antichrist himself, the son of Lucifer. This is something that Crowley eventually discovered and was okay with, actually even embracing it. Crowley started calling himself the Beast 666. He compared himself to Lucifer, and he also has a ritual dedicated to the honor of Lucifer in Thelema. Crowley knew that Horus was Lucifer, but he knew people would have less trouble with worshipping an Egyptian god than worshipping Lucifer himself. All those in Thelema know that they're truly serving Lucifer's agenda and are bringing in the New World Order. This has been the main objective of the entire occult world as a whole. For example, the Freemasons' entire purpose was to establish the New World Order, which is the new order for the age of Horus. We all know the Freemasons put their symbols on the back of the dollar bill, like the all-seeing eye. People think this symbol represents the eye of the Illuminati. That is not true at all. The symbol is actually the eye of Horus, as Horus had one of his eyes removed during a battle, so he only had one eye. The symbol on the back of the dollar bill actually represents the age of Horus, and even under the eye of the dollar bill, we can see that it says Novus Ordo Seclorum, which means New Order of the Ages, which we all know is the age of Horus. All of this has been a calculated plan by those who serve the demigod of forbidden knowledge, Horus, or should we call him by his real name, Lucifer. It's been in our face the entire time, but sadly, people have been distracted. Now, for those that are listening to this video and are getting worried about the age of Horus, don't do that. That's not the point of this video. Knowledge is power. So many people perish due to lack of knowledge. Now that you know the truth, if you haven't gotten things right with God and haven't given your life to Yeshua, or what most people know him as Jesus Christ, you still have time. Once you are in his hands and are obeying his will, you truly have nothing to worry about. Nothing they have planned matters at that point. I fear none of this, as I know God is protecting me as long as I commit to him and obey his will. What I am worried about though is those who don't know the truth, as sadly, they will perish due to lack of knowledge. If I can get this video to as many people as I can, that would be less people the devil was able to deceive. Remember, the answer to all of this is God. He will have the last say at the end. As you can see, the world did end back in 2012, and now we're living in a whole new world. One world that the masses aren't prepared for. Well, that's it for this video, but before you guys go, I just wanted to ask you guys to please like, comment, and share this video so that it will be recommended to others. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.